calling college football games, you have the opportunity to sit down and talk with one of these with these coaches that you do. Ryan Day is one of the coaches. If you asked me who's been the most impressive coach that you've talked to over the last 4 years, he is right at the very top of that list. In a short grouping of 3 or 4 guys, he's just incredibly impressive. I just don't think it's going to happen. Mel Tucker just signed for $95 million, 9.5 a year, and he put it all over Ryan Day, Michigan State. So if the Bears come and say, hey, we want to hire you and we'll give you $12 million, Ohio State's going to go, yeah, we'll give you 13. Ohio State, I understand the value of the Bears. They got a couple dollars to spend as well. So while I agree and it's brilliant to think that way, I just don't think Ohio State would let Ryan Day leave. And I don't know how much Ryan Day wants to leave Ohio State. That is it is a premier job in all of sports, let alone college compared to the NFL. I would throw Dan Mullen's name into that conversation as well. First of all, I told everybody week 1 what the Bears should do with Matt Nagy. That is as bad a loss as you can have. That is as bad a loss as Matt Nagy's had in his career. And I think Dan Mullen, because of his history with quarterbacks, is somebody that his name will be attached to that.
Oh, no.
Yeah, it will be.
Oh, no, I'm saying no. History with quarterbacks. I'm like, no, Dan, no. Not that guy. You can't go hire a dude that just got fired because no, you can't do that. Here's what they should do. Wait for Jim Harbaugh to finally decide that he wants out of Michigan and go and pursue him. He knows the culture of the Bears. That Justin Fields has a similar athletic set to Kaepernick. He coached that type of style before, and he understands the pros. That's what they should do. Now, whether he beats Ohio State or not, you convince him that college football isn't for him, bring him back to the NFL, and get 4 or 5 years out of him. That's what they should do.
I don't hate that.
Dan Mullen.
I don't hate that at all. I just don't. Again, I think Harbaugh very much so loves being at Michigan. I've had the opportunity to sit down and talk with him. You can feel that when he talks about Michigan. So I don't hate that idea, Key, but Dan Mullen has, stewarded over Alex Smith and Dak Prescott at Michigan.
Why does that hurt you so much, Key?
I don't understand.
You look in pain.
No,
guy
because
develops quarterbacks well.
What Dan is saying, quarterbacks, he says Alex Smith way back in Utah. Okay, so Alex Smith got better in the pros. He was good at Utah, but he became a pro. Dak Prescott was a 4th round selection that everybody passed on except the Cowboys. And look what he's turned into based on him being a pro. Then I just don't don't do that to me.
Well,
I understand the college stuff. He's been good at the college game, but the pro game is way different, Dan. You can't take that college scheme and bring it into the pros and think it's going to work.
Well,
how's it working in Arizona?
I was going to say.
Finally.
Cliff Kingsborough.
To a degree, right?
By Texas, right? Yeah, I mean, he's coach of the year right now.
9-2 guy.
Yeah, they really shocked a lot of people at 9-2 right about now.
And I just don't think the college game is all that different than the NFL game nowadays. I know everyone's pointing to Dan Mullen's season this year in Florida and going, what a disaster. I mean, they've gone to 3 straight years of big-time bowl games in the SEC. So I'm just saying his name is going to be attached to that because of his prior history with quarterbacks and because of the skill set that Justin Fields has. I have said this. Justin Fields is the most important draft pick in the history of the Chicago Bears. The second most important pick will be who they select as the next head coach. I don't hate the Harbaugh.
How after what you saw the Chiefs' defense do to the Cowboys, where are you on the Cowboys right now, Dan?
I thought the Cowboys, one, looked like wannabes compared to playing against champions. Playing against guys who have proven it. Number 2, they played scared. They coached scared. Number 3, the moment was too big for them. Everybody, the moment, the environment, the team they were playing against was too big. I still believe the Cowboys are a really good team. We do have to put into context 5 starters, essentially, were out for this football game. Randy Gregory, DeMarcus Lawrence, Tyron Smith, Amari Cooper, and CeeDee Lamb goes out at halftime. So, the 5 starters being out, I thought Steve Spagnuolo, the defensive coordinator, absolutely whooped Kellen Moore. Kellen's my boy. I love him. He's brilliant. Spagnuolo absolutely whooped him. Chris Jones was by far the best player on the field. Dak Prescott played very average football. I thought Dak Prescott had one of his worst games when it comes to like handling the moment. I thought he had one of his worst games, both communication-wise, the ability to handle the defensive line. Like at some point as a quarterback, you go, the defensive line is whooping my offensive line. Gary Kubiak used to always say this to us. It's incumbent upon the quarterback to know how your offensive line is playing and you making sure that the defensive line does not dominate the football game. If that's happening, and Dak never did that. And he was average. And if we're going to sit here and praise him when he plays so well, as we should be allowed to be critical of him when he doesn't play well. And he played really poorly again. That's the second time in 3 weeks.
What's to say about the Chiefs that they found a way to win ugly, their defense continuing to progress in the right direction?
Yeah, the Chiefs' defense has been a lot better over this past month. Again, I think their philosophy changed once Amari went out of the game. Once Amari and Tyron Smith go out of the game, that's a big, big deal. And what the Chiefs did was, on early downs, they ran blitz pressures. So we often say, oh, when you blitz people, it's for the pass situation. No, they blitzed to stop the run, for Dallas's run. And they just said, we don't fear your guys on the outside today. We're not scared of them. We're going to play man coverage. We're not scared of your receivers. We're not scared of the quarterback right now. We're going to force you to throw the football. And they played. And they played really well. Those corners that have struggled so far this year, certainly in the first 6 or 7 weeks of the season, played a lot better. I would say this, Jay. I thought the effort by the Kansas City Chiefs was the effort of a champion. And I thought the effort of the Cowboys was the effort of a wannabe. That's just the tape is what the tape is. There's a play, I put it on social last night. We're going to do it on Get Up today. Tyrann Mathieu kind of talked about it as well. It's the interception. The Kelsey off his hands. Curse picks it off. The fourth receiver for the Kansas City Chiefs, Byron Pringle, is behind a Cowboys player as Curse is running. He's behind a Cowboys player. And all you see is this dude run with effort, and chase him down. And I don't think if he doesn't make that tackle, I think Curse scores. For some reason, the Cowboys don't make the block.
Thanks for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.